Christmas?
Exactly.
Welcome back to Breakfast Television, and we're lucky enough to be treated this morning with all of those items in one. Sugar
Awesome.
Sammy, welcome back to the show.
Good
Very
to see
happy
you, man.
to see you.
Always good to see you.
Always good to see you. You've been away. You just came back from Saguenay yesterday night.
That's right.
You had trouble communicating with people in Montreal. Let me tell you that your ad has created a lot of discussion in the last little while.
And what better place to be when there's controversy in Quebec than Saguenay? That's the best hideout.
Tell me, I need to ask you, I mean, you knew this was coming. You knew what the reaction was going to be. You know, to me, it's genius because I think the effect was there right away. That complaint, what you wished for, came in, I mean...
Earlier than we thought.
Right.
I thought this would like I'd at least have the posters up for a couple of weeks before people started complaining, but it was almost immediate. It was like an eye opener. It was
An eye opener.
it was pretty fun. And then we were ready to change the billboards right away. Yeah,
obviously.
we knew it was going to come, but we didn't know how early it was going to come and at what rate it was going to get
And
that big.
this obviously, I mean, your whole, most of your shows is about the language here in Quebec, the language situation, the fact that, you know, l'Office de la langue française is very present. And so this just keeps feeding you, I guess.
Well, you're always looking, as a comedian, you're always looking for the next joke. You're like, okay, what's the best way to joke about things that are going on around me? You know, it's sort of like, you're sort of like an anthropologist, but with like a funny take on things, you know? So you have to report what you see in your society. It's and then some people get upset when you talk about things where they're like, we shouldn't be talking about this. But it's almost like telling the weatherman not to talk about the fact that it's going to snow tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah, like you got to talk about it, right? So it's our job. So it's fun to see that it brings out those kind of reactions, but at the same time you don't expect it to be that kind of reaction because you say, you know, this is what we live with. I got to talk about it. It'd almost be like the elephant in the room if I didn't.
Absolutely. And so, I mean, the people love you. This is what we were talking about last week. I feel like you can't really do any wrong. The complaint was filed in, but it was all.
Depends on who you speak to.
Right. Okay. But the good news is that there's more of you coming, more shows on the calendar at Olympia, and that's. I mean, you've sold already 250,000 tickets.
Yeah.
40,000 more tickets now sold. I mean, people just can't get enough of you.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, people are not just like coming back, but some people who haven't heard about the show, haven't been yet, they're coming, you know, for the first time. And some people, they've been back 2, 3. There's a girl who's been back 12 times. Another one I know 16. There's another one 20.
Wow.
Like super fans who bring new groups all the time. Like they bring people from work that you got to see this show. You know, it's just a cool, different perspective on what we live with, you know, in our society, and it's fun to see that. I think it's a good mirror, and sometimes it also liberates us in terms of all these tensions that we live in.
Of course.
It lets us laugh at them. I mean, what better way to celebrate that, you know?
Do you see Quebec as sort of a gift that just keeps on giving for you?
It sort of is, because sometimes you just open the newspaper and you're like, I just got to read this on stage. I don't even need to write the joke. It's all in there. And, you know, that's the interesting part about living here, is that all these dichotomies that exist every day with us, you know, they just become material. It's like heaven for comedians. Comedians from Toronto call me and they're like, "You're so lucky. We got nothing. Rob Ford's gone, man. What do we do? What do we do?"
Sugar Sammy, always such a pleasure to have you in studio. You were back yesterday. You're in town for a little bit. People, get your tickets and see this show. We're so happy to have you here, man.
Thanks so
for
much.
taking the
Thank
time.
you.
And we'll see you soon.